there's one last point that was not found directly anywhere in the new changes. However, it's a common tactic for a lot of politicians and lawmakers to tack on an additional bill at the end of one that they're proposing. So one bill is what's advertised, what's shown up front. That bill is the one that's always talked about. However, somewhere in that bill, usually at the end, they tack on something that also this other bill will be snuck in. And the one that the state is trying to sneak in is referred to as NJAC 840A-11.1. Big long numbers, barely mentioned in the proposed changes, and not mentioned at all in the email that the state sent us. However, there were some individuals from the New Jersey State First Aid Council, specifically Howie Meyer, the chairman of our legislative committee, as well as Dan Jasinewski, a long-standing vice president of the 14th District, who found this in there, and they did some digging. And this proposed regulation actually concerns some of our personal information. The state likes to keep track of the names and the addresses and information of all the EMTs in the state. They keep this in a database associated with our credentials, the certifications that they give us. However, under this, it would actually give the general public the ability to request this information, almost on a whim, it seems. And the way it reads, anybody can request this information, including advertisers. So they could request your name, address, and telephone number, all information that we gave to the state in trust, and take that and use it for whatever means they want, as long as they fill out the proper forms. So this could potentially even turn into a mass mailing, a spamming, anything where advertisers could gain from getting our information to send us advertisements, harassment letters. This is something that the state has tried to slip in one way, shape, or form in the past before. The last time around, they were trying to publicize our Social Security numbers. We just got finished fighting with the state to not use our Social Security numbers as their certification numbers, because they were printed right on our cards, and anybody that had a copy of that card, anybody that saw that card would immediately know our Social Security numbers. Not very secure, not very safe. We fought long and hard with them. The First Aid Council went to bat for us on quite a number of occasions. Finally, the state relented, and they issued actual certification numbers to replace the Social Security numbers, and now the state is trying to do this. It's unclear as to why the state wants this, but quite frankly, this is not something that we should just blindly endorse. And unfortunately, that really seems like that's what the state is banking on. They show us the advanced airways, they show us the antidote kits, they put in the training, they put in the EpiPens, all things that we've wanted for quite some time. And they dangle that carrot and they say, here you go, you can have this. But then at the same time, they're trying to slip this in. The reason I bring this up is because the open comment period is still active. Now, the problem is, during research, I found that the proposed changes have almost completely disappeared from the state side. It is nearly impossible to find them. Luckily, I had some already pre-printed, which I'm going to give you copies of at the end, which are right there, and you can take them on your way out. Basically, it's a rundown of the proposed changes, but it also includes the additional information that was initially left out. So, I just wanted to give you the heads up. I wanted to warn you. The state is back to what they've always done, trying to slip something in under the radar, hoping that we won't notice. So please, read through the protocols again. Truly make an informed decision, and then do everything in your power to show your displeasure to the senators, to the representatives, whoever you can get your hands on, whoever you can get to listen. Because unless we make a big stink about this, unless we make a big deal about it, the state's going to continue to try to shove these things down our throats. And it's just not something we should stand.